Hello, hello. Welcome to Verbling. I'm Teacher Oakley, and well, today we are going to conclude our little mini series on the simple tenses by examining the future simple or simple future verb tense. We will look at how it is formed. There are actually two forms. And then we'll look at uses. Students will have an opportunity to form their own sentences to practice the future simple. And I will attempt to correct you or help you out with your sentence structure. As well, I'll be bringing up a couple of very key points to consider when dealing with the future simple. Okie doke. Hello, good morning. Hani was quickly into class today. Hello, Hani. Hello? Whoa, you sound like you're just thousands and thousands of kilometers away. I can barely hear you, Hani. I can hear you saying hello, but it sounds like you're very far away. The volume is very, very low. So try to get that adjusted if you can. Okay, and hello, Jorge.
Hello, how are you?
Pretty good, I guess. I guess. I did something very, very stupid today. I woke up and I got all prepared for class, and I almost opened the Hangouts for class, and I realized I was an hour early. I looked at the clock, my bleary, sleep-filled eyes, I saw a different time. So I did all my morning ritual, brushed my teeth, coffee, all that, got all ready, prepared my materials for classes, and then I'm ready to start, and I realized, oh wait, I don't start for another hour. Have you ever done that?
Yeah.
My gosh. Anyway, hello Heidi, welcome.
Hello, nice to see you again. Another teacher has the same thing
No way.
has done before. Then she opened the class.
Really, like an hour early?
So it was 1 hour earlier. So I
Well, I didn't quite pull the trigger. I didn't push the button, or I didn't pull the trigger, as we say. I didn't do it, but I noticed at the last minute. Oh my goodness, I'm an hour early. Hello, Hector. Welcome. Hector, hello. How are you?
Hello, Oakley. I'm fine.
Great. Glad you could attend the class today. Nice to have you with us. Hello, Emerson. Hi, Emerson.
Hello, Oakley. Nice
Hi.
to see you again.
Nice to see you again. It's been a little while. Good to have you in class again.
Thank
Welcome,
you.
welcome. Okay. Thank you for coming. Hello, Otto. How are you
Hello,
today?
okay. Fine. Nice to see you again.
Hi. As always, it's my pleasure. And hello, Julieth. Is it Julieth?
Hello. Hello again.
Hello. Hello. Am I saying your name correctly? Julieth?
Yes, teacher is correct.
Okay, thank you. Welcome to the class. Okay, let's get started. We got plenty of material to cover. Today's topic is the simple future tense. We're concluding our little series on future tenses. Here we go. Okay, simple future has two forms, guys. There's two ways to do this. We can use the will form, or we can use the be going to form. The two forms can be used interchangeably, particularly when you're predicting. All right. Sometimes you can't tell the difference. Usually, you can't. The usage of the two forms is this. It doesn't make any difference. It's the speaker or writer's choice, especially when you're predicting the future. However, it is possible for them to have different uses or different intentions. Although this is kind of abstract, hopefully today we can clarify those different situational uses of will or be going to. Both, however, it is important to note that both will and be going to refer to a specific time in the future. Okay, we've had a couple of people join us, so I quickly want to welcome Oscar. Hello, Oscar.
Hello, Oakley.
Hello. Welcome to the class.
Thanks.
And also, I believe Jonathan. Is it Jonathan?
Yes, hello, how are you?
Hi, Jonathan. Good to see you again. Welcome. All right, gentlemen and everyone else, here we go. The forms of the future simple. Maybe easier, I don't know. Just simply will and the verb. That'll do it. As in you, subject, noun, will help. Verb form, him, object, noun, and a time word later to clarify that it's in the future. Okay, pretty straightforward. In the question form, of course, as we always do in a question, the first auxiliary or helper verb, in this case will go first in the sentence, followed by the subject noun. Will you help him later? And then the negative form, of course, you will not, notice placement of not. Help him later, of course, in speaking, most English speakers would simply use the contracted form, which is won't. Feel free during our lesson, as you're practicing making sentences, feel free to use won't. You might as well get in the habit of it, because that's what native speakers do. It's much more natural. It sounds better. It's easier for native speakers to understand, I
Teacher, I have
guess.
a question.
Sure.
Is want formal or informal, and will not formal or informal? What's the difference? Or there isn't any difference at all?
Well, that's a very good question. Okay. Not just won't, but all the other recognized contractions. I am, I'm, I have, I've, we will, we'll. All of these contractions. Basically, a real simple way to think about that: formal writing, business writing, academic writing, for example, writing a thesis, an essay, a business report. You should use full form. That is to say, you will not help. Okay? Basically, informal writing doesn't matter. When it comes to speaking, feel free to use contracted forms. It's okay. I've witnessed, presidential.
Even you.
Yeah, I've seen the president's State of the Union address. He says, we are going to take the country forward, and we won't go backwards with the economy. All right, if it's good enough for the president to address the United States of America in his most important speech, I think it's good enough for you and me.
Okay,
all right?
Thank you.
All right. And I'm totally not kidding about that. Now, however, I should add that there are a lot of really reduced forms, like I want to, I wanna bring this country forward. You will not hear the president saying that. I want to do it. I'm gonna do it. No, you're not going to hear this kind of reduced speech. from the president. All right. So,
Oh,
okay. Contractions, okay. Really reduced forms in formal speech, no, I would avoid that. All right? Clear?
okay, thank you. Yes,
You're welcome.
thank you.
You're very welcome. Okay, back to future simple. Our second form is like this. The verb to be, of course, depending on if we're talking in first, second, third person or plurals. The verb to be, I am, he, she, or it is, they, or we, or you are. Plus going to, always going to in exactly this form. All right, no change to the verb go. It's always going to, and then your main verb, of course. For example, subject noun, you are going to meet Jane, object noun, tonight. And again, it's very common to add a time word or time phrase to clarify that you're talking about the future. Not always necessary, but it's common. In the question form, again, that here you have a group of helper verbs or helper words. The first one will be used to start a question sentence, are, and then the subject noun, and then the rest of the verb form. This basic dynamic, it goes for all verb tenses in the question form. The first auxiliary is always moved first. In the cases of present simple or past simple, then we use do to go first in the sentence. Okay, and then the negative form. You are not going to meet Jane tonight. Okay, as I was mentioning about contractions earlier in speaking, of course I can contract you and are. You're not going to meet Jane tonight. That is not wrong. Nothing wrong with that. But English speakers more commonly contract the auxiliary and not. You aren't going to meet Jane tonight. Just more common. All right, let's get to the uses. First of all, we're going to look at will, to express a voluntary action, something you volunteer to do. Okay. All right, we'll use will. Often we use will to respond to someone else's complaint or request for help. You know, I need this taken care of right away. I will do that immediately. I will take care of that for you. These kinds of sentences are common. We also use will if we're just volunteering. We're not replying, okay, to a complaint or request. We're making the initial statement or sentence in a conversation. When we request that someone help us, in our request, probably in a question form, obviously, or maybe we volunteer. I will take your bags for you, sir, for example. Similarly, of course, we're going to use will not, or won't rather, when we refuse to do something. We'll refuse a request, or we refuse to volunteer. Okay, so some examples, which you can use as a model because we're going to practice this in just a couple minutes. Very similar to what I just said. I will send you the information when I get it. I will translate the email so Mr. Smith can read it. Fine. Any request? Will you help me move this heavy table? It would sound very weird saying the other future simple form. Are you going to help me move this heavy table or not? It sounds like a demand, okay? You can use it, but as we'll see later, the other future simple form is used for plans. So if I say, are you going to help me move this heavy table? I'm really saying, are you planning to help me move this heavy table? and it would be very common to hear, or not, or what, in an angry tone. A polite request for help will have will. More like a demand will have the other form. Keiko? Yes.
Could we use a tag question in this sentence?
For example?
At the final want? Will you help me move this heavy table? Want? Want you?
You're asking about a tag question. Not exactly. Here's how that would be formed, Keiko. Let me show you. In a tag question, you would not use the auxiliary first. Whoops. So it's a regular statement. Okay. You will help me move this table. Okay?
Yeah.
There it is.
Want you?
Yeah, that's it. All right, that's how a tag question would be formed using will. And that would be very common, actually, so I'm kind of glad you pointed it out. Yeah, we can absolutely ask tag questions. This is called the tag question. The ending is the tag. But the first part is a statement.
Affirmative.
Well, it wouldn't have to be. In certain cases, it could be negative, and then the tag would be affirmative. You won't hit me in the head, will you, Keiko? Okay. Fair enough?
No, teacher.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that very, very much.
Thank you for the help, teacher.
You're welcome. Okay. All right. More requests. Will you make dinner? I will not do your homework for you of refusing a request. Okay. I won't do all the homework myself. Okay. Here's a couple dialogues. So just to give you an idea how it would be used in a dialogue, A and B. I'm really hungry. Okay. I'll make some sandwiches. You volunteer to do something. Okay. I'm so tired, I'm about to fall asleep. Okay, I'll get you some coffee. Great. The phone's ringing, I'll get it. Very common, everyday examples. Okay, let's try this. Again, a voluntary action or response to a request or a response to a complaint or a request. So, as you practice, you can try whatever you want, affirmative or negative or question form. Just give it a shot, and I'll give you feedback. Honey, I hope I can hear you. Honey?
Yes.
Oh, honey.
I will do the IELTS test after 2 weeks.
Wow. Are you calling from the bottom of the ocean?
Maybe I have problem with microphone.
Yeah. You can scream really loud. I can hear you, but just barely. Oh, wait. Now speak.
I will do the IELTS test after 2 weeks.
Okay. Okay. I heard you.
I did.
But I want to give you the feedback after this. Oh, okay. All right. Now, actually, this gives me an opportunity to say something else about this future simple and the uses. Honey just said I will do the IELTS test after 2 weeks. Now, is he volunteering to take the IELTS test, or is he making a prediction about taking the IELTS test? You know what? I don't really know, but furthermore, I don't really care. Doesn't really matter. As we look at these uses, this is an important point. We will frequently have examples you guys make up, or I already have in the worksheet, where actually two of the functions or uses of the verb tense are being are being covered at the same time. All right? Is he volunteering? Is he doing it for somebody else? I will do the IELTS test for someone else. Ooh, don't get caught. Would be more like volunteering, but essentially my point is it doesn't really matter because the essential information is really the same. He's communicating the same information. So it's not very important. Okay. Jorge, you're still here? Yeah, Jorge?
Yeah. I probably will go to sleep after I finish this class.
Oh. Okay. All right, this is also interesting. All right. Thank you. For the example, I probably will go, and then an infinitive to sleep after I finish this class. Ooh, there's a couple. Oh, there's a lot of interesting things here. Believe it or not, it seems like a simple sentence. First of all, in the use of the adverb here and the placement of the adverb here, this is not wrong. It's grammatically correct. However, I might add it is sometimes that would not be correct placement of an adverb. For some adverbs it's okay, for some it's not. Placement of the adverb directly in front of the verb will always be correct. I will probably go to sleep after I finish this class. Okay, a word of warning about your adverbs of frequency or adverbs of probability. Probably is probability, obviously. Placement in front of the verb, you can't go wrong. All right. Another very interesting thing about this sentence, which, okay, Jorge is always preempting information I want to give in the class. You know, you do that to me all the time, and you're doing it again. He's included this is a time subordinator, a time conjunction, all right? He's including a second clause in the sentence, and he's starting it with after. Correctly, applause, applause, good job, Jorge. Correctly, in his second clause, he uses the simple present tense. Present tense. That is because, I can't emphasize this enough, it would be totally wrong, and this is a very common mistake for language learners. They will place the future tense after one of these time subordinators, or time conjunctions. This is wrong. You cannot ever, ever, ever do that. After a one of these time conjunctions that we use to join two clauses, we cannot use a future tense, and that goes for any future tense, future simple, future perfect, future continuous. No type of future tense may follow one of these time subordinators. Okay, so this is correct, actually. This is good. Yes, Keiko?
If we hadn't the pronoun I, could it be correct to say after finishing this class?
Certainly would. That's absolutely correct. Yes, it would be. In that case, you're actually creating, well, it's a gerund. You're using a gerund form. So gerunds are actually considered to be noun clauses. It's no longer a verb. But yes,
okay,
it would be totally correct to change this, remove this, and substitute finishing. Absolutely. Yep.
Thank you, teacher.
No
Thank
problem
you
with
again.
that.
Thank you again.
No problem.
Okay.
Heidi. Yeah,
Yes.
sure. Hang on, Heidi. One moment.
Voluntary, right?
Hang on one moment. I have a question, I think. Emerson, yes?
Yes. Can I put finishing in the end of the phrase after this class finishing?
No.
No.
Right. You can say after this class finishes. You know, instead of using the pronoun I, another construction would be after this class finishes, but then of course again I'm using it finishes. I'm using present simple tense.
After this class is finished. Could be.
Yeah, could be that as well. And then is the present simple tense, and finished is an adjective. So, yeah, that's also possible. Many constructions possible. Yeah, but all of those constructions we used, the gerund as a noun clause, is finished, this class finishes, I finish. Notice it doesn't matter. Finish is, it's present simple. It's not future tenses. That's the main point. Okay. All right, Heidi. Fire away.
Voluntary, right?
Sorry?
Voluntary meaning you are asking us about the will, how to use it for voluntary purpose, right?
For what purpose?
Voluntary.
I'm sorry, I'm lost.
Huh?
I'm kind of lost.
Bluntly.
You are asking us the usage for voluntary meaning, right?
Bluntly?
Voluntary.
I don't think so.
Oh,
When?
You said before.
Voluntarily.
Voluntary, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you said bluntly. I'm sorry. Okay, I thought you said this word, bluntly. When, yes, I'm being blunt, but okay. Anyway, yeah. Well, I was talking about volunteering. Yes.
So I will give you a hand whenever you need, but money.
Okay. Okay, whenever you need. All right, and then what?
But money.
But money. Okay, I think I understand. You will help somebody, but you won't give them money. That's your meaning, right? Give you a hand, by the way, for those who don't know, is an expression that means you're volunteering to assist or help someone. Okay. Okay. Right, Heidi? I have your meaning. You will help them physically or whatever, give your time, but you won't give them money, right? Do I understand your meaning, Heidi? I hope. Oh, okay. I will give you a hand whenever you need, but money, this is kind of incomplete. You have to say more here. You know, really you would have to, oh, okay. Let me expand on this and talk about it a minute. But I won't lend you money. Actually, Heidi, if I can use your, whoops, money. If I can use your sentence and expand on it a little to make it clearer, I can make another very, very good point. I went on and on and on about after you can't use future tense. However, here I have joined two independent clauses or two complete simple sentences together using but as a connective.
I used but, the meaning is except.
Yeah, I know, but it doesn't really work. I will give you a hand whenever you need but money. I will help you with anything but money. Okay, that I'll help you with anything but money. That would be okay.
Yeah, but I won't lend you money too much.
Right.
I don't want to use that.
Okay. Fine, but I do, because it needs to be illustrated to the class. Fine, I'll write your whole sentence, but it still needs to be changed. I will, no, I will, what was it? Give you a hand whenever you, okay, it doesn't make sense the way you have it. Not whenever, okay. It just doesn't work. You need it, but money. Okay, now, whenever means time. Here she means but. If I could just change it to except. I'll give you a hand. Instead of whenever, it would have to be with anything, because whenever refers to time, and money's in has nothing to do with time. Okay, so it would have to be with anything you need, but money, except money. Okay, here, except. All right, we want to change it back to but for that meaning. There. Anything, a thing. Money's a thing, it's not a time. So it doesn't make sense to say whenever. All right, that's my point regarding your sentence, Heidi. Yeah, and now this is okay. Okay. This part has to match this. Okay, but okay, sorry.
For time, we could say whenever you need it, but Sundays, for example.
Yeah, sure. Sundays is a noun. Yeah.
Okay.
Sundays is a time. Right. Okay. All right. That's a good example, actually. Thank you. Yeah, that's absolutely right. Took my brain a second to catch up. That's right. If you mentioned a time, then it would make sense. Right.
Okay.
Right. Exactly. Thank you. Okay. Cool. All right. But I'm still going to use Heidi's sentence and modify it to make another point, because it's worth noting. If I'm making a compound sentence, those are sentences connected with fanboys. All right. You can memorize this. Fanboys. For, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. Any of these things are called connectives, and you use them to connect two complete sentences. I won't lend you money is a complete sentence. I will give you a hand whenever you need. Need it is a complete sentence. Okay, I should have a comma here, by the way.
Yeah, but if I put this one, I'd likely stingy, not joke. So I don't want to.
Well, maybe. Well, maybe. Right. But I don't really care about the context. I'm worried about the grammar here. I just want to point out that when we create a compound sentence with a connective, I certainly can use the future tense again, because but is not a time. It has nothing to do with time. None of these connectives have anything to do with time or yet, so it has to do with relationship of the clauses. It has nothing to do with time. That's the point. So I can use a future tense. Okay. Hopefully I got that straight with everyone. Hector. Okay. Again, to volunteer or to answer or to make a request.
Okay. I don't have money. I won't pay your credit card bill.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay, good. All right. All right. Now, you need something here. Okay? Strangely, very much related to what I was just talking about. You need a connective here to connect these two complete sentences in one sentence.
I think you left out an R in you. I'm not sure.
Huh?
The
Yeah, yes, I did.
Okay.
You are correct. But you left out a connective. Which connective? For, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. What do you think, Hector? Okay, you have
And?
And is possible, but I'll tell you what, so is better, because so, reason, result, okay?
Okay, can you repeat what is the name of connective words?
Yeah,
F.
sure.
F is.
Okay, sure. For.
And.
Nor. Or neither nor sentence. But. Or. Yet. And so. And that's it. There are no more. This is it. These are the only things that you can use as a connective to connect two complete sentences and form a compound sentence where you don't have to worry about using, you can use whatever. Two future tenses or not. Actually, in Hector's example, he used a negative simple present tense in one clause and then a negative future tense in the next clause. That's very normal. It's perfectly okay to do that. All right. And he's actually also talking about volunteering or negative volunteering to do something, okay, or a negative answer to a request. I'm not sure which. We don't have context, but either way, he's definitely doing what I asked him to do. Okay.
Okay, can you give example with nor connected?
Okay. I won't eat cockroach. Okay. All right. Nor will I eat rats. There you go. All right. Or I can also say, actually better, I will neither eat cockroaches nor will I eat rats. Actually, usually I should have done this first. Neither nor goes. Either or go together. Neither nor go together.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Emerson, actually, it's your turn if you want to attempt a sentence.
I will take a shower before go to the bed.
Okay. Wait a minute. Probably not volunteering. Well, maybe answering a request if your wife or girlfriend is telling you, you stink.
Yes.
Okay, I will take a shower. That's possible. I guess it could be. All right. But you need a pronoun here. All right. You need the I here before I go to, and then you don't need the bed. Yeah, it's just right. It's not necessary to have the here. We don't need to qualify. You're talking about going to bed as the concept of going to sleep. You're not talking about a specific piece of furniture. It's not necessary to have the.
All right.
Okay. And there, that works. Sure. And again, after, before, present simple tense. So, super. Okay. That works. Okay. Otto, is Otto here? No. Julia? Who's left here? Oscar, would you like to give this a try?
Okay. I have a headache. I will buy an aspirin.
Okay, wait. I have a headache. Present
Headache.
tense. Uh-huh.
Yes. And I will buy an aspirin.
Okay. Very good. Great. Okay, here we go with the connectives again. Two independent clauses or simple sentences connected. Yeah, that works. Okay, but of course, this is not really probably answering a request. This is more predicting what you're going to do, which is okay. This sentence is all right, but probably not. You don't usually say, volunteer to do something for yourself. I'm going to buy myself. Okay, no. I will buy myself a gift today. That's not really considering. You don't really answer requests for yourselves or volunteer to do something for yourself. Something you're doing for somebody else. So it doesn't quite fit the request. What I was asking you to talk about a request or a volunteering. Not so much. Okay. But it is a correct sentence, but it's a different usage. You're predicting the future, basically. Jonathan?
Of course, I will not help my cousin's grandfather, for I am sick.
Okay. Okay, again, attempting to make a compound sentence with the connective for. All right. I will not help my cousin's grandfather, for I am sick. Okay, simple present. Here's the future, doesn't matter, but yeah, okay, great.
Teacher, I have
Yeah,
a
all right,
question.
negative volunteering, sure. Yes?
Is there any difference between using for and because?
Well, yes and no. If I use, no, I mean, for purposes of context and understanding, absolutely not.
Okay.
No, it doesn't make any difference. And it doesn't change. I don't need to change any sentence structure or anything. It still works just fine.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Keiko.
Your dreams to move to another place will come true, unless it be the planet Mars.
On here. Your dreams will come true. Your dreams to move. Okay, infinitive. Prepositional phrase to another place. Okay. No problem. It's just the verb comes way late in the sentence, but that's okay. It comes after infinitive clause and prepositional phrase. All right, will come true unless it be, not unless it be. This would have to be unless it is the planet Mars. it is, meaning the other place. Okay? Also, unless here, okay, and also important, if and unless, if is like the negative, unless is like the negative of if. This is important. I mentioned it's pretty obvious. Words like when, while, before, after, those are obviously time subordinators. I think it's obvious. So are if and unless. You're also talking about time. So it is impossible here to say unless it will be the planet Mars. Can't use a future tense with if or unless in the same clause either. Okay.
Teacher,
Yeah.
is there in English subjunctive? Mode subjunctive.
Yeah, well, yeah. And now you're. Yes, there is. Unless it. Oh, are you going to change this to it were the planet Mars?
Okay, I thought the subjunctive it would be the be itself, unless it be not.
Unless it were the planet Mars.
Okay.
But
unless it is.
Yeah, it sounds a lot better because it sounds realistic that it won't be the planet Mars. Okay. So having a subjunctive, the negative idea of going to Mars, well, that seems highly unrealistic. So I think it's better with just is rather than the subjunctive were, in my opinion. There's a case where it's what does the speaker think is practical and what does the speaker think is impractical. If you think it's completely practical to live on Mars and everyday people ordinarily do it, that's what's in your brain, then okay. It's a negative with unless, so you could use were. Hoo-wee. Okay. We made it through use 1 out of like 8 uses. Oh boy, guys. Unfortunately, I can't add a class tomorrow. Okay. Hello, Max, by the way. Hi, Max.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Max, maybe I'll give you one shot to make a sentence for the use 2 because it's so close to use 1. Expressing a promise is very, very close to answering a request. In fact, well, I'll give you a hand whenever you need it, or Heidi's, I will give you a hand with anything you need, but money. Okay. Is it a response to a request or is it a promise? I don't know. Okay, it's very similar. Okay, for example, I will call you when I arrive. Very straightforward, very simple. Oh, here we go. Here's an example of a conditional sentence. In this case, the speaker here is not using any kind of subjunctive. The speaker actually believes they have a chance to be president. So this is kind of what Keiko and I were talking about. If I am elected president of the United States, notice present tense used with if. Can't use a future tense with if. In the second clause, I will make sure everyone has access to inexpensive health insurance. Sounds like Obama. Okay. Whereas if it were subjunctive, if I were elected president of the United States, I would make sure everyone had a blah, 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 blah. Okay. All right. Okay. Promises, promises. I promise I will not tell him about the surprise party. A negative. Okay, you promise not to do something. Very simple. Don't worry, I'll be careful. All right, very practical, useful, normal, everyday phrases. All right, I won't tell anyone your secret. Okay, Max, you want to give me a promise to illustrate here?
Again, like yesterday, I promised being here on time.
Okay. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Actually,
Yeah. I promise I will on time on your classes.
okay. I just want to make a point here. You can easily say, I promise to be here on time, simple present tense, because of the definition of this verb promise. It is understood. You don't need to use any kind of future tense. The verb itself means in the future.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
However, the second way you said it, I promise I will. This is also very common. All right, very normal. It's okay to do this as well. All right, if I could just cut off the sentence. I promise I will be on time. This is also a normal. You don't need to use a future tense, but you can in this form to make a promise. To use the word promise, that is. Okay, I think you can see this is quite similar. A promise or volunteering. Volunteering is kind of like making a promise. They're very, very similar. All right, I only have less than 10 minutes, so I have to cover this next idea. We haven't even looked at be going to yet. Be going to, first and foremost and most importantly, is used to express a plan. Sometimes it doesn't matter. You're expressing an idea about the future. Is it a plan, or are you just predicting this is going to happen? I am going to go to work on Monday, or I will go to work on Monday. Well, those two sentences have slightly different meanings. The first one means I'm planning to go to work on Monday, and the second one means, to me, it seems quite predictable, and it's a near 100% certainty that I will go to work on Monday. So in reality, whichever way the person says it really doesn't make any difference. The information, the context, essentially exactly the same. In other cases, it can be important. Okay. Well, let's see any of the examples. All right. He is going to spend his vacation in Hawaii. Well, all right. Oh, okay, let's look at this one. When are we going to meet each other tonight? That makes more sense than when will we meet tonight. You're talking about making a plan. That's the whole idea. The concept of the sentence is, what is the plan to meet? All right, we are going to meet at 6 p.m. That's definitely a plan. It would sound slightly strange to say we will meet at 6 p.m. You're asking the person, you're trying to make it on a plan, so it sounds a little bit demanding and slightly rude. We're meeting at 6 p.m. The boss can say that. All right, we're having the meeting. We are having the meeting. You can use present continuous tense to talk about plans in the near future. It's acceptable to do that. If the boss says, we will meet at 6 p.m., it sounds like a demand. It sounds like something a boss would say. All right, I'm 100% certain this meeting is going to happen because I am the boss and I demand it. But it sounds a little weird in a conversation where you're trying to agree on a plan. It would sound very strange to use will. I hope you can see the point. I'm going to be an actor when I grow up. Okay. They're going to drive all the way to Alaska. All right. It's a bit different if you say they will drive all the way to Alaska. You're predicting that's what's going to happen. They are going to drive all the way to Alaska. You're more or less saying that's their plan. You could be skeptical. Now, example, you use this phrase in a conversation. They're going to drive all the way to Alaska, or so they say. I seriously doubt they'll be able to make it. You would definitely use it, for example, if you were skeptical about the plan. You would want to demonstrate this is the plan. I doubt the plan will come to fruition. I doubt the plan will happen. You would much more likely use are going to verb. All right, who are you going to invite to the party? All right, well. Okay, again, in questions and conversations, questions and answers where you're forming plans, then it's pretty much necessary. Who's going to make John's birthday cake? What's the plan? Okay, well, there you go. Maybe we can practice that, but again, to emphasize the point that will or be going to, speaker's choice. If you're just simply expressing a prediction, a general prediction about the future, it doesn't matter. It makes no difference. Okay. All right. In prediction sentences, the subject usually has little control over the future. Something you can't plan. All right. The planet will continue warming over the next century. Well, okay, you more likely use will rather than the planet is going to continue warming over the next century, simply because you really can't control that. But in reality, don't worry about it. It doesn't really matter. If you're simply trying to make a prediction, it's not a big deal. For example, the year 2222 will be a very interesting year. Okay, and he has no control over that. It's going to be a very interesting year. Yeah. All right. Fine. It makes no difference. John Smith will be the next president. It's going to be the next president. All right. Simply, okay. All right. In the simple future, it's not always clear which use the speaker has in mind. Often there's more than one way to interpret the sentence. And again, okay. Emphasize no future in time clauses. Some expressions or clauses beginning with time expressions, like, here's some examples. I'm emphasizing it again. When, while, before, after. Things like by the time or as soon as, and there's if and unless. Instead of simple future, you're going to use simple present. You cannot do this. When you will arrive tonight, we will go out for dinner. This is the most common mistake I see. Using will with when or while, or sometimes if clauses. Yeah, I just can't do that. All right, before you guys have to go, or I have to go, I want to just introduce you quickly to the passive form of future simple. In an active sentence, John, verb, will finish, object noun, the work, time clause. Great. In a passive sentence, we don't care who is doing it. The action happens to the subject. So the work will be finished by 5 p.m. John is not even in the equation. We don't really care who's doing the action. We care about the what the action is being, who or what the action is being done to. Notice the form. Will, and then the verb to be, and then is always in a passive form, the past participle. So will be in the past participle. This is the passive form of the future simple. And similarly, okay, a passive, a beautiful dinner, object noun, is going to, all right, same as the regular form, verb to be, going to, and stick in this be, is going to be made, past participle. Okay, anyway, that's That's all I have time for today, for the future simple tense. I certainly hope that you learned a little bit about sentence formation with future tenses. But I'm out of time. Got to go. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much for your very astute questions today. Good job asking questions.